Hi everyone, this is a review on this deck which is called the Shuffle Tarot. So we've got Collection A and Collection B, there's two variations I believe. I saw this online and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I need this deck. It is so unique, it is so beautiful. It takes the traditional elements of the Rider-Waite deck, which, you know, you've got some elements here also in my background, and I just love the symbolism. In all honesty, that's the thing that I really do appreciate, and it just takes it in a way where it makes it unique and makes it different, and I really just love the illustrations. So you can actually purchase this deck on Etsy, so I will leave a link down below. I just think it's so unique. I haven't seen a deck like this, and you guys know that I love the unique decks that also take their interpretations of Rider-Waite and sort of make it their own, which is fun and colourful and bold. So yeah, I will show you both of these decks. I'll show you what I think. It is a bit more on the pricier side, but I also believe that that is because it is made by them, and there's also a limited amount of them, so I'll show you that bit as well. So first of all, let's start with Collection A. And then also what I noticed as well is that it came with these. So there's basically extra cards, and what we have here is, in here I believe there's an extra card, or there's extra cards, plural, there's two cards in each of these packs, which actually correlates to each of the decks. So it's actually very unique. I think it's really cool that this is the case. Okay, so it comes in a two-piece box like this. The reason I opened it prior is because these boxes sometimes can be a pain to open, and it was really difficult for me to open this box because sometimes they get a little bit stuck. But once I've got it open, that's totally fine. So this is what the packaging looks like. You can see it's super unique. This is the full. It's just, I love the difference in the illustrations. It tells you what you get here. It also tells you as well the copy number. Now, I know this from just having worked in fashion, where sometimes, especially with a lot of luxury brands, they'll put out pieces that are very limited, and they'll make like 1 of 1 or 1 of 5 or 1 of 20, and they will make it really obvious that it is, you know, like a limited item, and that it's special in that sense. So this one here is the copy 781 out of 1010. It's like a little repeating number, but yeah, it's really cool that that is the case here. It just kind of makes things a little bit more special, just knowing that there is a limited amount. I don't know if they're going to reprint them or what's going to happen. It also comes with a certificate as well, which I think just brings a bit more of like an exclusive factor. It's kind of cool that they do this. It just feels good. I don't know. I like that they do this. It's kind of cool. Okay, so that's what we have there. You also have here Pamela Coleman Smith, especially as an illustration right there. So I believe this is an extra card. Okay, and then you get to the booklet, like so. It's a nice booklet. It's in black and white, and you've got here some information on each of the major arcanas, and then it goes into the minor arcanas. What's really beautiful is it's got words that really represent each of the cards. So it's a nice way of sort of memorizing, especially for those of you that are new to tarot. And I just love the illustrations. I can already start to see some of them here. It's really quite cool. And then you've got here the I believe this is in Thai as well, because I believe they're based there from what I believe, but it is in another language in the middle. And then you also have got, yeah, so you've got the minor arcanas there as well. It's like one of those, yeah, there you go, there it is, right? So it's a very interesting there. Okay, so we've got here, so this is the background, see? Super unique. Okay, let me just, let me put this in here. Let's put this in here. I think all of this combined is approximately 86 British pounds, which would definitely be almost hitting the $100 mark, if not hitting the $100 mark. You get a lot. You do get a lot. I need to recheck the price, but I will leave the Etsy down below. I believe you can buy them separately. There's so many other decks as well. Amazing quality though. Okay, just saying that. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I do enjoy a good tarot deck. That's what I will say. Okay, let's open this up. I need to open the plastic. You know, that's the thing. I'm actually really glad that I did open the two-piece box. Oops, sorry, I just knocked over 100 other things. I'm really glad I opened the two-piece box actually in my own time, because that actually took me like a solid 5 minutes to open, and I don't know how I would have done it on camera. I think it might have like kind of ruined my review a little bit, but I'm just going to open this plastic without cutting any of my cards. Let's talk about this deck a little bit. Hold on a second. You know, it honestly doesn't say anything else except for when everything is shuffled, the fun begins. So it's quite a fun deck, in all honesty, and I actually think that it's such a wonderful idea. You get 80 cards. Okay, so a normal deck would have 78. It's the same. Both of the collection A and B are the same. So you get 22 major arcanas, 14 minor, 16 court, and 2 surprise cards. Right. Okay, so I got the plastic holding everything in place. I will say though, when it was shipped, there wasn't actually a whole bunch of plastic in it. There was these like little, I believe they're recyclable cups in there. So if you're someone that doesn't really like a ton of plastic, the only plastic that I know of was the plastic on here, this plastic, and just a little bit of plastic on top of the box. So I mean, yes, there is plastic, but some decks that I've seen, oh my goodness, plastic everywhere. You know, it's one of those things. So here we go. So the author of this is Mate. Okay, so that in mind. You've also got the artwork as well, who it's made by, and that's one of the top cards, so we don't necessarily need that, but we have another top card as well, so it just describes the deck. I believe it was made in 2020. So you've got the Fool here. This is the Empress, right? This is the Empress as the Fool. And this is what I just love, is it's super, super unique and super different. See, you've got the High Priestess there. These are great quality cards. They are not like really flimsy, but they're also not so thick that they're just so chunky. This is a great size deck. You can see that here. These are on the matte side as well. And look at that. That's the Peasants on the Chariot, and you've got all of these symbols as well. I like how dominant those symbols are. You've got the Hanged Man as the Empress, you've got the Emperor here, you've got the Hierophant. Wow. Yeah, it just brings like a completely different meaning here to the cards, which I think is just, I mean, it's not different in that sense, but it definitely gets you thinking. It's a very, very unique deck. It's probably one of the most unique decks I perhaps have ever come across. I think that this is special, really, really special. So you've got the Tower here, Moon, Sun, Judgment. Oops. World, Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Wands. And I also really like that the backs on both of them are different, so that you're not going to muddle up the cards. That's something I noticed with a couple of the other decks that I did get, is that they make variations, but sometimes they keep the back the same. And I like that their backs are not the same, because then the illustrations can get muddled up very quickly. Especially when different variations are released. So for example, Trip in Weight, they had a variation that they had released, and then they released another variation but added other cards to it, but the backs were the exact same. It's just that the card quality was a little bit different, but that's one way in which cards can get muddled up very easily. I know, because I did that. So yeah, and then it's hard to like figure out which one goes in which deck because they're so similar. So let me go, 9 of Pentacles. Sorry, no, that's the 9 of Wands. See, you see what I mean? Like, you think that that's the 9 of Pentacles, but actually it's the 9 of Wands, and then that is actually the 10 of Wands, right? The cups have been removed. So this definitely is one of those decks where it just has a lot of crossover meaning in so many ways. So you have the King of Wands, but it's sitting on water. You've got the Ace of Cups, you've got the Two of Cups. This is a really interesting deck. Like, it is definitely one that just gets you thinking. And I love things that get you thinking, you know? 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. This is the 10 of Cups, there you go. Page of Cups. It's a better way of doing it. This is like the most, I think, creative, one of the most creative versions, variations I have probably seen in very, very long time. It's beautiful. I'm going to definitely be using this a lot on my channel. You can definitely expect it. Pentacles, 6, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and the thing is, some of the numbers really do correspond with one another. So, you know, the numbers in tarot all have their own meanings too, and that's why it works really, really well when you have got the 9 of Pentacles in that sort of context, is because it still makes a lot of sense here. So, for example, we've got the 10 of Pentacles here, but you know, it's kind of like an interesting mood. You know, it's a unique deck in that sense. It's a very, very interesting mood. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Okay, and then you got Pamela Coleman Smith. We'll keep that there. Should keep that in the deck. Let's have a look at these extras. So it says 6 additional cards, Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles, Queen, King. So there's 2 in here. Let's search for the 6th limited edition fluffy, playful, happy squirrels hidden in the Shuffle Tarot card pack. So I'm assuming there's some hidden ones. So you just tear the top of these and you've got cards. Oh, look at that. How cute is that? Squirrel of Pentacles, Squirrel of Wands. So that's what we have there. What are we looking for? Okay. Squirrels. This is actually really cool. You know, this reminds me of those like annual sticker collections, and then you have to like you buy the packs of these, and then you have to like stick them into the books. That was like something I used to do when I was really young, but I would do it for the FIFA World Cup, which I mean that was like years and years ago. I mean, you'd have to like buy all of those packets, which I mean it's like kind of crazy, but also really expensive too. But it really reminds me of that. So you got the Queen of Squirrels, the Squirrel of Cups. It's adorable. Look at that. That's really adorable. I like how they've also like sort of cut the moon off a little bit as well. And you've got all of these like references to tarot. I think it's just so unique. I love the fact that they have just done something so unique with it rather than just the standard meanings. It's creative. Squirrel of Swords and the King of Squirrels. Okay, nice. Nice. You got the King and the Queen. Actually, do you know what? I love this because look at that, right? Goes together. It's very well thought of. Then we go to this one. Squirrel of Cups and the King of Squirrels. So these are like the court cards from what I can see here. I think the Squirrel of Cups would be like the page. That's what I'm imagining it to be. Then you've got the Squirrel of Swords and the Squirrel of Pentacles. Did we already have this one? Oh yeah. So got repeats here. I wonder if that's meant to be how it is, or if we accidentally got repeats. Okay, well, either way, it's very interesting. Yeah, I think we got... Oh no, these are repeats as well. Okay. Yeah, these are repeats. I thought that was the King and the Queen, you see. Okay, so we got... Oh no, there is a King and a Queen. There you go. No, there is a King and a Queen, but there's also a King. Right, okay, so this is me getting confused now. Okay, well that's interesting. I am intrigued, I think, for sure. I'm not sure if we were accidentally sent... I'm going to find out what this is all about. Perhaps it's not so clear, but it's alright. We got 2 kings here, we got 2 of these, 2 of these. I think they sent extra. I actually do believe that we were probably just only supposed to get 6, right? So we did get, because there are 6 individual ones, so they must have sent an extra couple. So I think that's what's happened, because you technically get 6. So there's definitely 6 different ones. It's just that some of them are doubles. Okay, I think that's what happened. Okay, anyways, here's me trying to like work out what's actually going on, you know? Alright, anywho, that's okay. Let's keep these a little separate. I'm actually just going to put these into, they're not all going to fit in one, are they? Actually, let's put them into the deck right there. I mean, I'll decide how I want to use those. I mean, this is definitely the entire deck, which I'm going to keep, of course, together. I'm going to keep those squirrels little separate, or we might incorporate them. Let's put this in here. Okay, so let's go now. So this is collection B. So I wonder what's unique about this one. So this one here is also 781 out of 1010, and it's even got a signature. It's like a certificate of authenticity. You've got here Arthur Edward Waite, who also is a prominent figure of the Waite tarot decks. Here's the illustration on the back. Basically, bathing in the Ace of Cups is the vibe we are attracting. Let's look at the, so again, comes in the other language. I believe it's Thai. If I get it wrong, I'm really, really sorry. Okay, yeah, it's different. It's unique. These are also different as well. Wow. Okay, I really just love their creativity on this. I think it's great. I think they're different. Hold on a second. Some of the illustrations look a little bit different. Let me actually make sure that that is the case. 8 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. No, they look the same. Okay, so I'm not sure what exactly the difference between A and B is, but we will have a look. Do you know what? One of the differences here is that the back of it is different. So on here you've got a blue back, on here you've got an orange back. So if you are someone that likes to have the back of your deck looking a certain way, you like a certain colour scheme, gives you a bit of choice, you know? Would I say that you need both of these? I mean, I need to have a look at the deck once I open it, but, you know, I don't necessarily feel that we all need 100 different decks, and that's coming from someone who actually does have now almost 200 decks. I have recently had to declutter quite a few decks that I had previously bought. I don't like to declutter decks that I've been given necessarily, but the ones that I have been bought, unless, you know, I've been gifted so many, then I'll give those away. But I do have doubles sometimes, and having double card decks is, for me, it's not just, you know, I'm just really not going to use them. Even for pick a cards, I usually use different decks. But if they're different, then that's totally fine. Actually, I really, really do appreciate the fact that it is different. Like, that is great. If it was like 2 of these blue ones, you know, it's one of those things where I'll be like, do I really need that, you know? Okay, so put that in there. Those are the same 2 kind of cards. No, it is different. It is different. Yeah, I had a feeling it was different. Some of the cards are still similar to the other deck, but they are different because look, in the other deck, the Fool was, where's the Fool? Magician. The Fool was the Empress. Here it's the Hierophant as the Fool. So yeah, it is different. I love this. I love this. I like how creative they are. I literally thought for a second, like, oh no, wait a second. Is it the same but just, you know, a different colour, or are they just tiny little variations and tweaks? No, they are different, and that is just what I think makes it so worth it. This deck, I think, is unique. I think that if you have learnt tarot, and because the thing is, right, if you haven't learnt tarot and you're looking for a beginner deck, this one might confuse you, especially if you then go to view other readings, or you are looking at tarot and you're thinking, oh no, but that's the Fool, but that's actually the Hierophant, but the Fool is in the Hierophant card, like, you know, or the Empress is the Fool, like what, you know. So I would definitely say to you that if you haven't learnt tarot, definitely do learn the original Rider-Waite symbols, messages, things like that before you kind of venture into the path of like more complex decks, because even as someone who's been reading for a very long time, this can be at times confusing, right? Because I can definitely see the High Priestess straight away with the Magician card, you know? So that's something I'd keep in mind, but it's a fun deck. I think that it's not that difficult to interpret once you kind of get used to the fact that it is a little bit different. And then it's totally fine. It's like driving a car, you know? Different cars are going to be different. Once you get used to it, you can adapt to it. And I think that this is beautiful because it is unique. I have not seen a deck like this. I really like it. There are other decks that I have seen, but they're just not... they're not exciting. I also do turn away a lot of decks as well that at times people do want to send. And the reason for that is because I like to look at what I think also fits my collection and also what I'm really, really intrigued by. So, you know, when I really saw this, I mean, I was just absolutely in love with it. And I do feel like it's a really great investment for those of you that love tarot, that are just, you know, tarot lovers that want something unique, want something different. You connect to the symbols and the meanings of Rider-Waite. This is brilliant. And also it's great quality. That's one thing I will say. Let's have a look at these cards. So again, card quality is brilliant. I think for the price as well, you are technically getting 2 decks for around about, I think it was like 80 something pounds, right? That I mentioned British pounds, which is just under 100 US dollars. Trust me, there are decks which... I mean, I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus necessarily, but there are decks that I have purchased from Etsy and elsewhere where you get 36 cards, which are really bad quality. I mean, I could show you them right now, but I mean, it's a little bit. And they are really expensive. Really, really expensive. There was another astrology deck that I bought, which was £72. And in all honesty, I just don't even know why I purchased it. It was, I mean, it was good, but I don't think it was worth that much money. But again, on Etsy, what you will find is that there are a lot of people making their own decks. There are a lot of people that can't afford publishers or can't afford things to be mass produced. This is amazing quality, right? Because you are getting 2 decks for that price with additional cards. You're getting boxes. You're getting a really good deal here. So I actually think this is great. I think you can buy them individually, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But yeah, I love this golden orange colour. And then you've got here the Fool, Magician, Priestess, Empress, Emperor, Hierophant, Chariot, Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Justice. I was literally gonna say Strength for a second. Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, Tower. I believe this one is it similar to the other one? I don't know. There's Moon, Sun, Judgment, World. I think the Ace of Wands is the same as well as the other one, and the Two of Wands as well. So some of them are the same, but still there's definitely a difference between the decks as well, for sure. It's not like all the cards are the exact same and 1 or 2 are different. Yeah, some of them are the same, but there's definite variations, and I like the fact that they have done that. The colours are beautiful as well. They're super, like they pop, and I also feel as well that they look wonderful. 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups. Some of the cards are randomly upside down as well, but that's okay. Wow. And it's also matte, but it's not like one of those matte kind of cards that makes you, you know, that is like really, really, it's kind of got a little bit like of this sort of nice feeling to it, which I do appreciate. Kind of like the feeling of, you know, the glossy texture, but it's matte. I don't know how else to describe it, because sometimes matte cards can feel really velvety and like suede-like, if that makes sense, but this actually feels very glossy, but it's not a glossy card. So I think that it's really beautiful in that sense. Like, it's really well made, amazing quality. I think it's stunning, beautiful, the same as well, illustration. This would make an amazing gift. You know, if you know someone that loves tarot, it would make an amazing, amazing gift. Oh, wow. Wow. They made like it's like a zebra. I literally thought for a second that could have been the Sphinx, but it's not actually a Sphinx. They made it into a zebra instead. Okay, Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles right there. Oh, that's interesting, because I think that's the angel from the Lovers card, if I'm not mistaken. That's really interesting. Wow, what a deck. Let's have a look at these. Some more. Oh, these are like right at the top. Let me just, don't want to like rip through the cards. Yeah, they're like literally right at the top, so actually let me just do that instead to make sure that I don't get, I almost ripped the entire card. You can actually see there's a little bit of a tear on it. Okay. Go like that. Okay, that should be okay. Yeah, so if anyone does get these, just be aware that you don't rip through the actual card. It's good that they had those little tear lines, but it was just slightly above the tear line. That's okay though. We are okay with it. So you got the King of Squirrels. I think, did I get one of those? Also, same card. So just, you know, be aware of that. We have another one. Oh my gosh, how many Squirrel of Pentacles do I have? I've probably got like 4 or 5. Ooh, this looks different. This looks different. Although I'm not 100% sure if it is, but yeah, we've got the King and the Queen of Squirrels. Okay. And we've got Squirrel. I think we've got those as well. This is right at the top as well. Okay, actually I'm just going to open it from this flap, which is probably the better way of me doing this, to make sure I don't rip the cards. Yeah, they went all the way down to the top. Squirrel of Cups, Queen of Squirrels. Yeah, so there are a lot of repeats here. I'm not 100% sure what this is all about. I need to do a little bit more research on this, but I wish that they were different, but it's interesting, it's different, I feel. So there's 6 of these. Now, between my entire collection, I wonder if I actually have all 6, but the thing is, right, these ones are blue on the back and these ones are orange on the back, so then there's that. I mean, I did get 6, right, and I got some repeats, so I reckon that's what happened here as well. So I'm just going to put those in here. We'll keep those separate. What happened? I just knocked over a pentacle. Alright, so that's what we have there. Again, I'm not entirely sure of what this all means, but it's okay. I'm not going to say no, you know, it's a nice little thing that they've put in, which is unique and different. Wouldn't it be so cool if like original Rider-Waite had something like that where you could get like additional cards? I don't know. But it's a beautiful deck. I will say, totally recommend, you know, even just for the decks themselves. Really beautiful. You can actually use these both ways round. It's got the bird on it, which is really quite significant. I think this is really eye-catching for pick a card reading. It's actually really beautiful. I love the variations. So I'm going to finally close these little boxes. I know it's, there we go. It's hard to open this, but it's also hard to close it. It's quite airtight, look. So even if I try and like pull it, it's okay. Now I can open it, but it's quite airtight, which actually is good for the deck. Just make sure that it doesn't come out. So 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. For the amount of decks that are coming out these days, I can't even keep up with the launches. There's so many. This is worth it, in my opinion. I think when you look at the kinds of decks that are available, you look at unique ones, Rider-Waite is still the number one. I really do believe in that. I think right now it's still the number one most used tarot deck. There are more traditional ones than Rider-Waite. Like Rider-Waite is not actually the traditional deck. There's so many other ones like Visconti and other ones, but in terms of what is seen, heard, known, and also replicated the most, it's Rider-Waite. And I think that when we look at the interpretations, I love how unique this is. There's a lot of creativity and thought that's been put into this. And also it's been executed to a level where the packaging really reflects on it. The card quality reflects on it. They're not just selling you some cards for the sake of it. They really have put a lot of effort into it. So I really appreciate that a ton. So that is the review. Let me know what you think, okay, because I think this is a winner, okay, winner. And take care, everyone, and do stay safe as well. Bye.